Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, beautiful actress Tandy Newton is here telling us about her controversial new series, The Slap, and how she manages Hollywood, her husband, and her 3 kids. Plus, get glam hair at home from hairstylist to the stars, Johnny Wright. And Wendy's bringing you all of today's juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Hello, world. Beautiful. Ta-da. Thanks for watching. Looking good. My co-host, my studio audience. Fantastic. Oh, boy. Well rested, thank you. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Oh, my cheeks hurt from smiling. Thank you all. So, I love you more. Thank you. So, this Kim Kardashian seems to have a new addiction. It's posing nude. I mean, you know, she did it once oiled up for a paper magazine. You know, totally nude with full frontal everything. Apparently, she's gotten used to that look. So there's this magazine, it's called Love Magazine. It only comes out twice a year. And here it is. That's Kim and that model, Cara, yes, thank you, co-host, Cara Delafufu. Anyway, but take a look at what leaked online. It's Kim inside. I must tell you, I was home yesterday minding my own business, watching Judge Judy. And I was on the laptop, you know, doing homework, you know, for the show. And so when I saw this picture, I didn't even recognize it as Kim. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's not because of her complexion, it's because this is a terrible picture of her face. It's not an ugly woman, but that's not the Kim who photoshops everything. And this is a magazine. That's terrible up there. And I'm calling Child Protective Services on her. And it's clear that Kanye doesn't give a damn. Now look, this is me. You know, I'm not judging, but I'm judgmental. What I'm saying is, she's a little too long in the tooth now to adore full frontal posing. She's married to a man who supposedly loves her. Like, what man pushes their woman out there to show every bit of your lady bits? What man, Kanye, does that? And North? You poor girl. You either have a lot to live up to and you'll be doing the same thing, or your mother has done a real head job on you and you will be a head case by the time you're 16. Poor. All right, clap if you think that this is fine, that she's addicted to full frontal everything and clap. Not one person? That's why they're my people. Yes. And she's not the only one in this magazine posing nude. Her 19-year-old sister, Kendall, is also in the magazine, topless. This is a terrible picture also. Like, it's terrible. If you're wondering about the breasts, no, she didn't get a breast job. her photo was to be exaggerated. Like they took a few models and they exaggerated their looks, so they gave her giant boobs. In real life, you know, she's like a little A cup. She's a, you know, flatsy-tatsy. But there is a difference. You know, Kendall is a 19-year-old model with no children and no husband. First of all, and also because she chose to be a model, models pose naked or partially naked all the time. That's not a thing. And yeah, you know what? There is a double standard. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. Clap if you think this picture of Kendall is fine. Oh, they're so judgmental. I think it's fine. There's also Kylie in the magazine, looking unrecognizable, like a Bratz doll. Money well spent, though. No, I'm sorry. Can we see a before and after? Yes, and by the way, that is not before and after. Those are the new lips. I'm talking about when she had the slit lips. Give me Kylie before she was untouched. We don't have it? Yes, we do. They're trying to trick me. Anyway, money well spent. She looks very cute. Over-exaggerated, though, like a Bratz doll. If you have daughters, you know, and your daughter's 17 years old like this girl, your daughter's probably already asking you for some surgery or something. It's a sad, sad world that we live in. Anyway, but back to Kim. Like, I thought Kim looked better in the fur bikini than she does just giving us, like, this is sexier. This, to me, is sexier than another picture of full frontal nudity. And, you know, and by the way, I brought in this picture to show you of Queen Latifah. I happened to have run across in a bikini, not a two-piece. Hold on. Don't laugh now, gag later. No. Show the picture. Latifah, you look terrific. She goes in at the waist and at the hips, and she doesn't have, like, we don't normally see her, you know, we don't normally see all of that, so we don't know what she has going on underneath her clothing. And sometimes when people do look thinner and they have a lot of clothing on, it's because we just assume they've got on 4 pair of Spanx. But this is Latifah letting it all hang out. She did it, she's over in Brazil with some friends. Do you let it hang out when you leave the United States? Yes, you let it hang out, right? I love to let it all hang out. I didn't know that Latifah had all this going on. Latifah, kudos to you. Yeah. So now, this week's magazines have a lot of information about Teresa, so it is time for a Teresa update. Hit it. Day 32. Such a stupid show. In Touch magazine says that Teresa has bonded with her cellmate, a girl by the name of Little Sunshine. We don't have a picture of Little Sunshine. I don't know her real name, but Little Sunshine. But she's got trouble. She's having trouble, this Teresa is, trusting the other inmates. Well, the reason why? Reportedly, she's afraid that they're going to steal her diary, which she's planning on publishing once she gets out of jail, which is a brilliant idea. The thing is that when you keep a diary, people aren't supposed to know that you keep a diary. Even for regular people sitting at home on the couch right now. Because when people know that you keep a diary, they know that that's the one way they can do you in. So it's best that they know nothing and you only do your entries by the light of a candle when nobody's home, you know? And then you hide the diary someplace secretive, you know, a ceiling tile or something. And then you go on with your life. But if I was a CO at the jail, I must say, my part-time job would be looking for that diary. Honestly, like, you know when the inmates are in the shower and then the COs have to go in and do checks to make sure they're not hiding shanks and stuff? As a CO, I'm not making enough money and the hours are lousy. I need a come up. And my come up would be, maybe I can get a couple $100,000 to take Teresa's diary, and put it in the hands of the authorities at Life and Style magazine or the, or the Star or the Inquirer. In the meantime, Teresa also reportedly likes getting her hair done by the Dominican girls. Well, there are a lot of people who do great hair, but Dominican girls do that thing. And we all know it. And she also has, says that Life and Style, or the Life and Style magazine is saying that she has 2 new shows in prison that she loves to watch. This is how you can tell the remote is controlled by the black people in there, right? I'm just making an observation, come on. Her 2 favorite shows, Empire and The Game. Oh, I'm really excited for Teresa to get out. I want to see what's going to happen with the rest of her life. You know, I mean, if you can turn lemons into lemonade, Teresa, this jail thing is probably one of the best things that could happen to you career-wise. And also in terms of relating to other people and coming down off a high horse and having to scrub a floor or something like that. So you'll be released in 364 days, and we'll continue to keep the world updated on what you're doing behind bars. So, the cover of the new Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition has been revealed. The swimsuit model is Derek Jeter's gorgeous girlfriend, Hannah. Oh, beautiful, right? Okay. So she's 24 years old, and nothing is really showing, but it's just so low that, you know, we just put the W there, just, you know, just to do it. I'll tell you what the most beautiful thing about her is her eyes are mesmerizing. Can we get more close up? Let's give, can we give Hannah a little photo shoot here? Yeah. Give us more. No, we want more. Her eyes, right? So, you know, being on the cover of Sports Illustrated is like the holy grail of modeling. Once you get on there, you never know what's going to happen with your career. It's usually on its way up in a big way. Look what happened to Kate Upton. We didn't know her. She's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now she's on the tip of our lips, right? Derek is retired and 30, he's 37, is he 30? He's 40. Yeah, Derek is 40 and Hannah is 24. And she was raised in St. Thomas, in the Virgin Islands. Yeah, so she's exotical. They broke up briefly last year because Hannah's career was on the rise, and Derek says, and I appreciate his honesty, he doesn't want a famous girlfriend, and he doesn't want a girl whose career is on the rise. He's ready to settle down and travel the world to New Zealand, and he wants his partner to be with him. He's also ready to have children. See, a lot of people might think that that's, you know, he's a jerk. Why is he saying that? But you want to know what? More guys need to warn us of their intentions. More guys, right? And so I suspect that these 2 will break up in the name of love because I'm not giving up my career at 24 years old when I've just scored Sports Illustrated to sit at home and be Mrs. Jeter. You know, even though I'm sure that's a very, very cushy life, but I need to live my life before I lay back on the cush. Life. That's okay. She'll have no problem finding another, and neither will Derek. Amen, sister. So, Snoop Dogg's son Cordell is a high school football star. We've talked about this, but guess what happened? They just announced that he'll be playing for UCLA next year. And he's the first person in his family to go to college. Cordell. I always find that, clap if you're the first person in your family to go to college here. Yeah, good for you. you know, it's never surprising to me, like when I hear an older person say, you know, a 65-year-old say, you know, I was the first to go to college. But it's just shocking. I mean, I never really thought about it growing up as a kid, how fortunate some of us are if our parents both went to college and then got advanced degree. Like, it was just a given. Like, my mom and dad went to college. They both hold double masters. My grandmother graduated from college as well, a 4-year university. My grandfather's uncle went to medical school and became a gynecologist. Like, we have generations of college in our family, and it's just strange to me, but not strange in a bad way, just strange in a, wow. You can't take that education for granted. Anyway. So Snoops Son will be in good company playing football. But, you know, he's the most sought after. He's like the #2 most sought after. This boy, Snoops Son, doesn't just play, he plays. But Puffy's son, Justin, is also playing football at UCLA. Two very nice-looking young men, right? Very nice-looking young men. Can you imagine sitting in the stands and watching a game? You see Puffy and Snoop, you know, and you start fanning out, and they're eating popcorn and cheering on their boy. That's good, man. That is really, that's nice. You know, and it's nice to see when celebrity kids or when rich kids are driven to be as successful or more successful than their parents, because we read about so many of them who turn to the drugs and then they're on Skid Row, you know? So it's nice. And you wanna know what else is even more impressive? When, like, entitled kids get their success doing something different than the family business. Because it's what, you know, if your father owns Xerox and then you become the president of Xerox, well, you know, goody for you, but you got your job through nepotism, you know? But if your father owns the rap game and you decide not to become a rapper or a CEO at the rap company, and instead you go along and you make your own success, that's just, this is good. This is good. It's good. This must be some proud fathers, boy. Tom Cruise, don't do it. I'm nervous for you. First of all, he's planning on gaining a huge amount of weight for his next movie role. His character is going to weigh 300 pounds. Now, you know, I think Tom is a nice man, a nice-looking man, but he's a little man. He weighs 150 pounds. I couldn't date a man who weighed less than me. I couldn't. But he weighs 150 pounds, so he wants to gain 150 pounds, which is a terrible idea. Yes, you know, when these actors, they do these big transforming makeovers, whether it's to gain weight or whatever, they usually go on and win an Oscar. And I was reminded by my Hot Topics team, I said, well, he already has an Oscar. They said, no, he's never won an Oscar. This is what I said. Which just goes to show an Oscar doesn't mean anything, because after a while, if you're good enough at what you do, people just assume that you're an award winner, right? Here's the problem. So he wants to gain 150 pounds. The bigger part of the problem is that he's 52 years old. Now, anybody in their 50s or late 40s knows things start to ache and slow down. There is no guaranteeing that he's going to lose that weight. And I'm sorry, to get 150 pounds worth of liposuction, he's gonna have hanging skin for days. For days. I mean, and you know what? There's no amount of money that you could pay me to gain 150 pounds. And I'm 52, and my joints don't work the same way. Like, be honest, in this audience, clap if you were offered $5 million. Would you gain 150 pounds? Well, I am very, very, very disappointed, but I suspect that most of the people that clap are not even in their 50s. See, when you get here, I saw a lady back there, I see you holding your knee, like, oh my God. Yes, you're holding your knees like, oh hell no, I'm not gaining any weight. And if you're fortunate enough not to have the diabetes, not to have the arthritis, I wouldn't do it. But Tom, you do you, and we'll keep everyone posted. Thank you.